Hi, welcome, friends. Could continue to kind of get settled in here, and as we take time to practice to set up your whether your yoga props or just sitting up, just find a position to sit for a moment. So today, I think in this class, I'm going to just talk a little bit, and then we'll do some movement yoga and we'll move into some breathing practices and then practice being still and into the guided relaxation. So, um, I'm just kind of going along with a lot of what my own personal experience has been lately with life and then with my practice and how, kind of the dance between the two and what resources, what books I've been reaching for, and how it's this whole process of learning, maybe taking in some of the teachings, and then kind of walking the talk, doing the practice part. And I find it's important then that I look really closely at where am I? Like what is my practice? Where am I kind of on the path? And how important it is to be grounded and know like where I am. So I was found myself reaching for this book by Pema Chodron, and the title of the book is "Start Where You Are," um, because what she talks about in this book is about how important it is to move into the present moment and be really authentic and honest with yourself. If you feel like you're a mess, if you're, whatever is showing up, that you start where you are. And so you're very aware. So we start with, oh yeah, this is an awareness practice. So I just need to be aware with what is going on right now. What emotions are moving? What is your energy level? And nowadays, we all can just feel these fluctuations, or things can be all over the place. And I've also found that I have a lot of wishing. Like I really want certain things to happen. Um, so she kind of warns against that. In fact, actually says it's part of the problem is that we just wish for things to happen, or we have a certain agenda that if I practice, if I do this, then this will happen. So I'm just going to read directly from her book here. Um, and some of the words I might kind of play with a little bit. So this is on the chapter that actually the title is Abandon Any Hope of Fruition. She says, in Boston, there's a stress reduction clinic run on Buddhist principles. It was started by Dr. John Kabat-Zinn, a Buddhist practitioner and author of the book Full Catastrophe Living. He says that the basic premise of his clinic, to which many people come with a lot of pain, is to give up any hope of fruition. Otherwise, the treatment won't work. If there's some sense of wanting to change yourself, then it comes from a place of feeling that you're not good enough. It comes from aggression towards yourself, dislike of your present mind, speech, or body. There's something about yourself that you feel is not good enough. People come to the clinic with addictions, abuse issues, or stress from work, with all kinds of issues. Yet, this simple ingredient of giving up hope is the most important ingredient for developing sanity and healing. That's the main thing. As long as you're wanting to be thinner, smarter, more enlightened, less uptight, or whatever it might be, somehow you're always going to be approaching your problem with the very same logic that created it to begin with. You're not good enough. That's why the habitual pattern never unwinds itself when you're trying to improve, because you go about it in exactly the same habitual style that caused all the pain to start. So, one little word that I found myself changing, not that I'm, changing the way, how Pema is, the words that she's using, but she says this simple ingredient of giving up hope. And for me, it felt a little, uh, made a little more sense to me if I said, if I give up wishing. So all of this, I wish this would happen. And um, because the truth is, this work can be transformational, but only if we really start where we are. So I bring this book out, especially today in this class, because this is a class of letting go. This is um, a guided relaxation and a guided letting go. And what you're moving deeply into then is right where you are right now. And it can be a deep relief to just go, oh, yeah, I know I have more to learn and more growth it will happen. But, just like a flower to grow, like you don't start pulling the petals down. You don't, ugh. Um, Rather, you water it, you nurture it in a really, sensitive way. You take a close look. Should I water it? Oops, I watered it too much or didn't water it enough. And so we're continually learning about what really is working with our own path, and what works for one person might not really be what works for the other person. So let's just, in this practice, we really kind of let go of everything, of any kind of wanting a certain thing to happen. So, where you are right now, just sitting, let's just do a little bit of just moving, maybe just small. Start by closing your eyes, taking a few deeper breaths here. See if it somehow makes sense. Like, I'm going to put everything down. Notice what's really moving within you, and you don't have to push it away. In fact, part of what Pema teaches in this book is this very simple practice called Tonglen. And it is where, instead of pushing away things we don't like, about ourselves, is we actually really bring them in. We actually inhale and go, I'm going to just bring in all of this pain and suffering. I want to feel it fully. And then just that exhale is almost like a white light, like it's peace. We allow in, oh yeah, this is what's really moving right now. And it's kind of like we digest it. And on the exhale, it's like we give. these beautiful intentions out. It might even just be a visual, like as you're breathing here. There's kind of that's that heaviness, that denseness of all of our just pain and suffering. And then just this light, white light on the exhale. Like you don't have to add in any words. Deep breaths. And then let's just start to move the head a little bit. You might just go side to side. Just do that big up and over. Let kind of the upper body move or your whole spine kind of move with this. The head might move slightly. Do this in a tender way. Drinking in the inhale. Just feel that exhale. Maybe the head dropping, lifting your chin. Just explore this movement through the neck. And then that bigger movement now with your arms. Just let your arms just reach way out to the side. The arms could come all the way up. And then just reach way out to the side. The arms come all the way down. But let this, even this movement, just that breath, the movement, taking you deeper right into the present. And how even just any, what we might call just like negative, this I'm carrying tension, like we really feel that. And how the breath, kind of this force of breath, helps us to bring it in and let it go. Move in your arms, just however you want. Just imagine the breath moving through your spine. And then you could take this a little side to side, where your arms reach up. You bring one arm down. You just go into that big stretch through the side. Don't push too hard here. And switching. So you're very real about starting where you are. So if you bump into any tension, you stop and go, oh, that's where I am. Oh, I don't want to go any further. Move and breathe. Remember that we're not trying to achieve any particular shape. You're not wishing for anything to be different. You're starting right where you are. Drink in the breath. Good. And then as you let this go, so we'll just go through all sorts of different movements here. Go ahead and move just onto your mat if you can take yourself right onto all fours. The knees are a little bit apart, so go right into your cat and cow. And if you're starting right where you are, then notice how the spine really wants to move right now. Maybe the spine feels just really loose and fluid, or maybe it's just really kind of tight, doesn't want to move. And so just allow things to be how they are. There's this little inquiry starting where you are, like, well, where am I? What's moving today? How's my body feel? Oh, it's like this. Pausing, or kind of a neutral spine here. And we'll just do that playful one leg back and the opposite arm forward. So you're just reaching your right leg back and your left arm forward, and then you let it go. And do this kind of like that morning stretch where you would just reach, open, and then release. And just moving back and forth. Make sure you're not getting tight around your breath. And how you explore, like how your body wants to do this. Listen to your flow of breath. Good. As you let this go, take the knees a little wider apart. Let's go right back towards child pose. So you sit back to your heels. And then you fold forward. Give the body some breaths here. Practice being still. And then as you come up, all fours, taking the knees a little closer together now. And let's do cat and cow, but we'll do that big leg movement where you reach your right leg way back, the chest goes forward. Really lift, even bend your right knee as if you could touch your toe to your head. And then you just let it go. You pull your knee into your chest, into your rounded cat pose. And then that right knee comes down, the left leg goes back. You lift it, even play, kind of bending the knee. And then you let go. You pull your navel up, pull your knee in, squeeze, and the knee comes down. Just do this back and forth. Play with this movement. It's like a big dance. Spine moving, just keeping awareness of the breath flowing here. And next time that you do your left leg, that could be your last one. As you let this go, moving right back to your downward facing dog. Really lift the hips up. Keep your heels kind of lifted up here. And let the head be upside down. Even shake your head. Lightly touch your knees down. And go ahead and roll onto your back. So we're just doing a real variety of movements here. So as soon as you lay down, reach your arms and legs up into the air and just move your fingers and your toes. You might, of course, move your feet and your hands, but really get your toes and fingers just moving. Yeah, just play with this swirling action, flexing, extending through then wrists and ankles, but kind of working this so that all the little muscles are working. And then just start to take your arms and legs apart, like out to the sides. Again, like a big morning stretch. You're just opening up. And then take the arms and legs back together and just hug your knees into your chest. Squeeze. And then the legs and arms reach up again and they go out to the side. Just open, lengthen your spine, and then they come together. And now just hug your right knee into your chest and lower your left leg down. Big breath into your whole body. And do a few of these back and forth. Left knee into the chest, right leg extending out. Breathe and move back and forth. There's a lightness around your chest, your breastbone. When you drink in the inhale, it helps you to continue to feel the physical body, noticing what's happening in the thinking mind, in the emotional body. How does just this breath and this movement help you move closer to what's real, closer to sanity, as you start right where you are? Call it coming back home. Good. And then bring both knees into the chest and use your elbows. You're going to push, or should lift your head a little bit and then use your elbows to push back up and just take soles of the feet together. Reach the knees out to the side, and you might even kind of rock back and forth. I think you could even really rock back and forth here. You're lifting the right side, lifting left side. And then the arms come behind you. Lean back a little bit. Really open up the front of the body. Reach the knees way out to the side. Breathe way down to your pelvis. Really expansive in your belly. Bring the knees up and move to this variation of Navasana. So as you're here, I like to take like fingers point forward. not rounding the back or the shoulders. Let you lift your chest. Swirl your feet around here. Move both directions. And then the feet lower, and you just take the legs really wide apart. So, sensing deep in the body, this lifting up, this space in the body through your throat, your neck. Taking that little twist, facing one leg. You extend out over that leg. Even just a little bit, so you might stop right away. Like, oh, there's that stretch. So be very alert, like when you start wishing, I wish I could go further. Just that letting go of, I don't need to go any further because this feels just the right stretch. There could be a little wave-like movement as you fold over that leg. Come back up a little bit. So there's that little dance around the edge of the pose. So you might sense and know this kind of playful connection. Dance with your own body, breath. You might take your hands, your arms, fingers, wherever you want. As you're opening to this. And then you come back all the way up and you just rotate, little twist, face the other leg. And you play with starting right where you are. Being very real of what is happening, what you're feeling here. So that breathing in helps you connect deeply of how this feels. And maybe if you just let yourself fold over, you might feel like, oh, that's a really deep stretch. And then you back off, you lift up, you play with that. Feel the breath moving through your whole body. And then you come back up. As you come up, lean back, and then bring the legs in. You just cross your ankles, and then you reach your arms forward. You move right into your down dog. You lift up, finding just that pressing your hands straight down. Feel the feet, the toes spreading. Like how gradually, like the body is really opening to this. And then taking just little steps forward, 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 and come all the way up. Push into the feet, come up. Strong legs as you look up. Reach the arms way out to the side. All the way over as we just kind of let this flow through a sun salutation. Drop your head. Step back, down dog. Just gradually through your plank pose and onto the floor, onto your belly. As you lower that lifting, it's like, cobra pose. Breathing in deeply and that exhaling. Really trusting this process, very natural kind of filtration of the breath. Mm. Toes tucking under, right back to your down dog. Close your eyes for a moment, just breathing here. Walking forward, all the way up to standing. As you come up, bringing the arms all the way down. And then just move towards the back of your mat. We're just going to do a little more like swingy little repetition here. So the arms can go to the side. You're just going to step on your right leg and let that left leg just swing. Like in any way, you might kind of swing the arms also. But just that playful kind of balancing and moving here. And then left leg, you bring that left foot down and you let that right leg just swing. Don't worry about like getting all tippy and out of balance. That's kind of what we're playing with here. Is how if you're off balance, like how to come back. And then that right foot comes down to swing that left leg. Anyway, letting this kind of wake up, strength. And then that left foot steps down, swing the right leg. Right foot down, arms reach up, forward bend, your down dog, plank pose, back to down dog, and just do this a few times, repetition, breathing, feeling. Lightly the knees touch down. Lower onto your belly. Now here, as you extend your legs back and lift to a little back bend, I'm going to give you a little time just to play with the repetition here. Like when you lift to your cobra, you might lengthen and lift your legs also. Lots of space. And then lowering down out of this and then lifting up again. Lowering. If you want to reach your arms back and lifting up. Full locust pose. Releasing, lifting. So kind of buoyant and light. Back to your downward facing dog. Lift up. Lengthen. Feel that fully lengthening through your spine. And then just lightly touch knees down again. You're on all fours. And we're going to do just that more dynamic movement in your legs to breathe and move. Right leg reaching back. Right knee bends and lifts and opens to the right and drops down. And then left leg reaching back. Left knee bending, opening out to the side and down. And just do this back and forth. It's just for a big, giant movement in the hip. Breathe. So this starting where you are means you're abiding by what you're noticing in your body today. Every time we practice, our bodies can have a slightly different, kind of quirks that appear, strengths, weaknesses, pains. Good. And then as you let this go, just pause and move right onto your back side. So arms go to the side. We're just going to end with just that very loose kind of lifting, lowering in and out of a bridge pose. So please ground your feet down. Ground heaviness, grounding your shoulders down also. And then just lift the butt away from the floor. Draw right, the tip of your tailbone lifts up. And let this just lightly lift your breastbone. A kind of easy pose, easy on your neck and your throat. And then just lower down here. Now close your eyes and breathe and move here. And just feeling this tilt, this kind of upside down, almost inversion. That bridge pose takes the whole torso into. And especially when we just move just tenderly in and out of this, how this feels to your spine, your chest, even up to your brain. Get a sense that your feet are pushing really straight down here. Be aware of your nostrils. Next time that you lower down, just pause and be still. And then just rolling over to one side and bring yourself back up to seated. Now, as you come up, I'm going to have you grab whether your blankets or cushion and just get really comfortable to sit. So we're going to do just a little really intentional breath work here. So we're actually going to start with the alternate nostril breath and just do a couple minutes of this. So sitting upright, using your right hand, we'll practice Nadi Shodhana. The first two fingers will fold down. So we're using your thumb, your right thumb, and your right ring finger. So we'll take the hand up towards your nostrils, lightly close your right nostril with your thumb. Exhale through your left nostril. Inhale through your left nostril. At the top of the inhale, switch. Exhale through your right nostril. Inhale through your right nostril. Switch. Exhale left. Inhale left. Practicing now your own rhythm, your own pace, back and forth. You might feel the breath moving through your nose, but then follow the breath as it moves deeper into the body. So as you continue, you could imagine the breath as it moves to your lungs and it moves past your lungs as the breath moves into every cell. We're feeling into deeper and deeper. What's happening right now, physically, how this feels. The effort, sitting in a way that internally you're creating space. The breath can move into every corner. And next time that you exhale through your left nostril, you can bring your arm down. Feel the breath moving through both nostrils. Breathing into the whole body. Sensing, feeling internally. And then bring awareness now to your spine. You might sense the base, the tip of the tailbone dropping down. Keeping the shoulders relaxed down, but lift up through your spine. You sense you're lifting straight up, all the way up to the very crown of the head. There's a softness around your skin. Imagine now the breath moving through the spine. From the very base of the spine, you draw the inhale up from the earth. It lifts all the way up to the crown of the head. Exhaling back down. You might imagine this channel within the spine, like the slender stalk of a lotus flower. At the very base of the spine, the base of the flower, and the roots in the mud. And the slender stalk all the way up to the crown of the head. Imagine the lotus flower right at the very crown of the head. The breath moving through this slender stalk. Sensing and feeling this energy moving through the spine. Very gradually now starting to open the eyes. See if you can sustain this part of your awareness around the space at your spine, this energy channel that's there all the time. You can move now from your seated pose and we'll move to Shavasana. And I suggest that you take a little time to use your blankets, your props. Definitely one suggestion I have is even if you have some pillows to really create quite a lump to drape your legs over. I've noticed even lately just a profound difference when I practice in this way to give my legs is that lots of cushy support to drape over. So, and possibly a little cushion, a little blanket under your head also. And when you lay down, make sure to adjust then your lower back, kind of tip the tailbone down, and even get a sense that lower lumbar, sacrum area, that it's able to really sink and drop down. You might even feel like your belly sinking, completely relaxing, and adjusting your shoulder blades. Be leaving, a blanket or um, a sweatshirt or sweater or something that you put on to stay very cozy. It's a wonderful practice. Like each time you might learn something about how to support your bones so you can completely release and let go here. Otherwise, it's true. We can hold tension in the body as you're laying on the floor. So take then a couple deeper breaths. And on your exhale, you might even say to yourself, let go. I'm going to practice starting right where I am. And as you bring full awareness now to your forehead, getting that sense that this is pure awareness, pure love. Giving yourself this loving awareness. Be aware of the space around your eyes. So it's very important now that you stay alert. To fully receive this beautiful gift of your own attention, your awareness, and your love. You might bring in that phrase, I am loving awareness. Aware of your lips. Be aware of your throat. Sensing the brightness of your own attention, your presence. Aware of your right shoulder. your right elbow, your right wrist, awareness to the right palm of the hand. You bring in a phrase, I am pure awareness. Aware of your right fingers, your whole hand, and your whole right arm. Awareness back to your throat and the back of your neck. Aware of your left shoulder. Left elbow. Your left wrist. Left palm of the hand. Giving yourself fully to this. Left fingers, the whole hand. I am pure awareness. The whole left arm. Now bring awareness to your whole head, neck, and shoulders. You're bathing this area in your attention, your loving awareness. And then bring awareness to the center of your chest. Be aware of the right side of your chest. Exploring what happens when you bring the fullness of your loving awareness there. Left side of your chest. The center of your chest. Be aware of your navel. Moving awareness into the belly. Gradually filling this space in the abdomen with your awareness. You notice in this space to bring your attention here. Let the awareness just shift down to the space in the pelvic bowl. Your right hip. Right buttock. Where your right thigh. Right knee. Right shin. Again and again, bringing in this pure awareness. Practice wholeheartedly. Awareness of your right ankle, right foot. Do you notice in the right foot and the toes? Now the whole right leg. Bring awareness to your navel. Your left hip. Left buttock. Your left thigh. Left knee. Moving this pure awareness to the left shin, left ankle, left foot, toes. Aware of your whole left leg. Bring awareness now to the whole body. And bring awareness to your breath. Notice this flow of breath. Don't interrupt your breath. Be aware of the tip of the nostrils. Feeling that entrance, the feeling of the flow of breath, moving in, moving out. As you're aware of your whole body, explore, where does the breath start? Where does that inhale begin? Where does the exhale end? Do not control the breath in any way. Practice watching. Letting the breath just guide you back home. Bring awareness to the base of your spine, right at that floor of your pelvis. Just imagine a glowing red light illuminating the space. Let your awareness fill this space. Wordless. Awareness moving deep into the body. As your awareness shifts and moves up to the center of your pelvis and bringing in this image of a glowing orange light filling the pelvis. Your awareness filling this space. Bringing awareness now up around the navel, the area of the solar plexus. So imagine at this space a glowing yellow light. Deep awareness around space of the navel, the stomach, allowing in any images or words that arise, but let them pass. Focusing pure awareness at this space. Maybe the breath swirling around, illuminating the space. Now bringing awareness to the space of the chest and the heart center. As you bring your full awareness there, imagine a glowing, soft green light. Filling this space with your awareness. Whatever arises, letting it in. Letting it pass. Sensing, feeling this whole space of the chest. And as you bring awareness now up to your throat, space around the throat, the neck, bring in the image of a bright blue light. Notice at this space. What happens when you sustain your awareness? Bring awareness now to the space at your forehead, space between your eyebrows. And even moving your awareness to the center of the skull. Imagine here just a deep indigo light. The sky at twilight. Pure awareness. And awareness right at the very crown of your head. Just imagine that space. You want to bring in the image of a lotus flower, bright white. Just letting the awareness now return to the space at the heart. Moving into the stillness, silence. Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. The practice is now over. And as you sustain your awareness now of how you feel as you start to move and re enter the day, continue this sensitivity, really honoring where you are in your practice, always coming back and starting where you are. And as we do this, we even give permission for other people to be where they are, honoring the difference in all of us as practitioners. May our hearts stay light, open, and connected. May this lead to liberation, health, and happiness of all beings. Palms together in front of the heart. In gratitude for all of your teachers, including yourself, your body. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, for practicing together today. Just so you know, I'm always here for you if you have any way that you want to reach out, any questions, input at all, please let me know. I think I'll drop in that same reminder I often do in classes that, all of these live stream classes, everything here at Common Ground are offered in the spirit of generosity that are, our hope is that through our efforts of these live streams that we support your practice. And if you want to support us, if you want to donate, that you can. If that would make you happier, you can do that at the Common Ground website, and I'm sure you'll find that page. And our system is that if you want to leave a donation, it'll prompt you. If you want to leave a donation for me, you could put Nancy Boler. And then part of your donation goes to me and part goes to Common Ground. So, yeah, feel free to support us in any way that feels right for you. We know that, we're really very understanding of, where people are at right now, and to be, just very kind towards yourself and understanding, even in the time and the way that you bring to your own practice. So thank you so much for taking time, and I hope to connect with you at another class. I'm going to read my comments to just say, hey, thanks so much, everyone, and peace to you. Uh, Hope to see you soon, maybe at a Zoom. Bye, everyone.